So a little task I'm working on today is clearing a path for another small shed to be delivered to me today. And this time it's going to be for the solar system, all the batteries and all that. I'm going to use it as a tool shed as well because I've got a lot of garden stuff. I've got wheelbarrows and tools and pots and things like that I needed a place for anyway, and I wasn't sure where to put all my solar stuff. And the solar place guy said, hey, I put mine in a shed. And I'm like, yeah, a third shed is kind of a stretch, but I was able to find one for a decent price. It's an 8x12, and I thought if I could make it multifunctional, I can swing it. So that's what I'm working on right now. It's actually on its way here. I'm just moving some of the stones out of their way. So I'm trying to put it right behind this building. Because my electrician already told me it needs to be fairly close, and I'm just gonna probably have about 3 feet in between both, so it's like a little breezeway, because once the gutters go in and all that. So yeah, I'm just gonna be trying to move some of this rock. I should have worked on that earlier, but I was busy getting some work done because, like I said, my projects have taken a back seat with all this moving, and I do need to get up to date with my clients and things, because I still have a couple of projects running in Houston right now. So taking care of that and then getting this done before they arrive. I'll pick it up when they arrive. So here it is. It's a tiny one, 8x12, and it's for my solar components and my garden tools. So we're trying to figure out where to put it because I'm trying to avoid having to do too much trenching. So I'm trying to put it as close as possible to the building. Aesthetically, I won't love where we're planning to place it, but it's what's going to save me money right now, and that's kind of more important to me right now than aesthetics. I just love when you pull out that thing. So again, colors, I just pick ones that are actually either available or the prices are reasonable. This one was really good price for 8x12, so I grabbed it, even though I dislike the color of it. But again, like I said, paint is cheap. I can paint all that stuff later on. Must think I'm crazy. This is like the third shed coming to my property, which honestly I didn't expect this to happen like this. I guess I knew I needed a place for the solar components, but I guess I didn't realize how big they were gonna be. And the place that I'm ordering it from, they just get like a big piece of plywood, like half a plywood, and they mount everything up on that, and then you take that and you mount it in your place. I mean, there's just nowhere in this cabin that can fit it. Absolutely nowhere. Potentially it could fit in the other one because I'm using that for work, but I'm living in it right now and it's all packed with stuff. So I was just like, I just don't have the place for that, and I'm trying to get the solar going. So then I thought to myself, I'm gonna need a shed anyway for all my garden stuff because I'm planning on doing serious gardening. It's not, I mean, it's obviously gonna be a hobby, but I'm planning to grow enough food to sustain myself, so I'm not like spending as much at the grocery store, and I kind of know where my food comes from. So I have a ton of garden tools and fertilizers and things like that I do need a place to store all that. So was this the top of my list to purchase right now? No, but it's going to come in handy and be very helpful on the homestead. So I decided to just go ahead and get it. I was able to get this for $2,800, 8x12, from the company that I got the second shed from. This first shed was from a different company. They refused to come back down my road, so they missed out on 2 other sales. I'm not sure why they were so adamant of not coming back down my road, the driver was. And so I just went to another company, and they do their own deliveries in-house. They don't hire it out like the first company. And so they were like, I don't see why not. They got a 12x40 down here, you certainly can get a 10 by 20 down here. So it was a breeze. So I mean, it wasn't a breeze. They scratched up the roof a little bit, but it's nothing that bothers me. So, but yeah, so I will pick back up when they get this thing set. So earlier today when I said I had a surprise, if you guessed another shed delivery, which I don't think anybody did guess that, then you got it. However, you may have been clued in by the blocks that were in the back of my vehicle, but yes, it was a surprise to me too. And guess what? I forgot there was a window in it. I just remember looking at the view that day and just choosing that one because of the price, and didn't remember it had a window in there. So that's good. I don't like total darkness in the shed. So. And my other shed is still going strong, by the way. We had heavy winds this morning and it didn't budge. So I had to use a stone to block the door so we don't get animals going inside, because I would hate to open that door and be greeted by a wild animal. I would freak out. So let me try to stick it closer. Yes. So yeah, and these are the same two guys that delivered the last shed, so they're very nice guys. Alright, I didn't even show you this. This is my little fire circle that I'm not quite finished yet. I'm gonna stack one more stack on top of it. But I started it a few days ago, but never got back to finishing it. So where I'm gonna have them put the shed is a pretty impossible place, because aesthetically I don't like where I'm putting it, because you know I like things to look attractive, but financially it's the best choice, so I don't have to trench. So ideally where I would have put that shed is right over here, nestled kind of between those two trees, you know, and then we'd have to trench all the way. And another concern I have about trenching is the water line is going to be there, so we'd have to cross the water line, or it would have to go behind here, which is very, very rocky, because this is the drop off. I don't think I've ever brought you guys back here. This is I call it my little wasteland, but it's quite beautiful back there, but it's just not meant for building anything. But so I was concerned about all the rocks here and trying to trench there. So after talking to my electrician, he said your best bet is to put it right behind the building. Just put a little breezeway in between, 3 feet or so in between, and have the door facing me here where I'm standing. So as much as I don't love that idea, that's what I'm gonna do. I will, because then there won't be much trenching involved. I will paint everything to match, like I said, later on, so it will all just feel like it's a part of one thing, but ideally that's not where I wanted it. What would you do? Would you go for the aesthetics, or would you go for the saving on the trenching and all the wires needed to do that? Chime in. If I hated that, I can say to them, hey, can you move that? I have that tendency. I try not to do that too much, like when I'm having people do work for me, and I try to really think it through before I have them do the work and then undo it, because you know, as a designer I'm always working with installers, and I can tell that it drives them nuts when we change our minds. So I try to get it worked out from the beginning so I don't have a change of mind. But this one, honestly, if I hate it once it's in place, I'll ask them to take it back out and put it over here. but I don't want to pay the money. I don't think they're gonna make it. Enough room? You have enough room? This one was impossible. I'm nervous. Oh man, there's so many rocks back here. So I'm trying to get at least 3 feet, 4 feet ideally in between them. To kind of get between things and anything else that needs to happen. Okay, what do you guys think? I mean, by the time you see this video, it's already placed, so you can't change it at that point, but I think it's not bad. I thought it'd be ugly, but it's not ugly. Ooh, ooh. That's about what, 3 feet there? That's about 3 feet.
This is not, but that other side.
Okay.
So if you're happy with that other side, then we'll just pick this one up and move it once we get over here. And to me, that's roughly about 3 feet over there.
Okay.
Might be.
Yeah, I want it to be at least 3 feet. Yeah.
And we'll just pick up that other side.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And I don't hate it as much as I thought I would. I said I don't hate it as much as I thought I would.
Oh yeah, not too shabby.
Alright, I'm gonna turn off until it's settled down in this spot. So this is the drop off of my property that I never come back here. Because all I can see is like a bunch of, or a pack of wolves or something. It's all I can see, but it goes all the way past, probably from where I'm standing, about 200 feet or so is how far back it goes to the end of my property. Probably even further, honestly, because I only look, I'm sorry, you probably can't hear me because of the wind, but it probably even goes further than 200 feet. Because that's all I remember when I came and looked at the property for the first time. So, but yeah, I don't venture back there at all. But you know, it's beautiful back there. I mean, at some point in time, I may do like a little, you know, cottage back there and have guests stay there. You know, I think that'd be cool. All right, let's go see it from the front. And it's probably not going to be as high as that because I only have 6 blocks for this. So it's not going to be as high as that one. So I think it'll be fine. And then at some point I'm building a deck back there. So I'll try to maybe tie it in and make it look more intentional. But yeah, that's how it is for now. I have the sun right in your eyeballs, but let's see if I can get out of the glare of the sun. down a little bit. Oh my goodness, I'm giving them extra work. I don't like that. I don't like giving them extra work, but I don't hate it. Oh. Yeah.
That's pretty close right there, I think, by the time it turns out.
Okay.
It'll be about the same thing.
Yeah. As far as the being in line, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty straight.
I tempted to line this up too as much as possible.
Yeah, that's perfect, yeah. Get the glare of the sun, so I keep moving around, so forgive me. I know this is not the best quality video, but hopefully the subject of it is more compelling. Yeah, I want them to line up as much as possible. He's doing a really good job doing that. Because of my rocks, he lost one of the wheels to his mule. I feel so bad. I think it's because of the rocks. So he's like wobbling it back to the trailer, but he doesn't seem very mad at me. He's such a nice guy. I don't think he's gonna show that right now, but yes, see, here it is. I know the sun is in my eyeballs too, and there it is. Now I know the colors and the things, all of that, but this is just meant for utility for my system. I'm gonna open it and take a look inside. I don't have the key yet, or I think it's probably locked. I don't know if it's locked. Hold on. Nope. Okay, here it is. So this is an 8x12. So like I said, this isn't the perfect location where I wanted to put it, but I had to think about practicality over aesthetics, and once I have everything else set up, it's not gonna be sticking out like a sore thumb like it is right now. And it's kind of good to have everything in close proximity to each other. The water tank is right there, and septic is right there, so it just feels like a real utility shed. So I'm not quite sure where I'm gonna put the I'll probably just put it on this wall just because it's closest to the house. So we're gonna mount it here. I'm going to come in and insulate it as best as I can, just so the solar equipment stays regulated as far as the temperature goes. But yeah, this is it. And like I said, it's It's not an unexpected purchase. I just didn't plan on making this purchase right now, but it needed to happen because I had nowhere to put my solar system. So I'm glad it's done. I don't have to think about this part again. And they're packing up, and yep. All right, no more sheds. This is the last one. Okay, let's walk over and take a look at the shed. The guys just left. And this one is actually a shed. I'm not calling that one a cabin because it's just going to be strictly utilitarian. But let's take a walk. You can hear the trailer. But if you can imagine with me that it's the same color as the house, and imagine the house with skirting on it. So I think it's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be bad at all. But you know, like I said, ideally I didn't want to put it there. I want to put it over here. But we're talking about 100 feet of trenching. And it wasn't just the trenching, like I said, that I was worried about. I was also worried about having to do it through those rocks. In fact, he couldn't place one of the blocks because he hit some rocks. So I'm gonna just go dig it out myself and see if I can place the block myself. So there you go. All ready for, well, I'm not ready for solar yet. Now the next thing to happen is the solar shed. Not the solar shed, scratch that. So this is the solar shed. The carport, I ordered it. And I don't remember if I mentioned the pricing. I think I did mention the price. Originally, the first guy that I dealt with came in at $5,100, I want to say. And then when I went back and I took off some other things, it was a different guy. It came down to $4,400. So I saved a good, was that $700 on that carport. So it's a lot less than what my neighbor wanted to charge me for building something that was only going to be for the solar panels. So this is now going to be a carport, and it's going to go on that side over there. Well, we still need to do some trenching, but that's another thing why I did not want to have to trench this one, because we're going to have to trench over there, and that will just start adding up very fast. So I decided to just put it right here, and I like it. I thought it would look not great, but it's not bad. I just need to work on the colors on it. So all right, well, thanks for watching my little adventure.